Okay, now look at these questions. I'm looking at this particular question, question number 7. It said that if R and S are two solutions of the equation above, which of the following is the value of, if R and the S are the two solutions, so which of the following is the value of R plus S? I have done this with you multiple times. I know why I keep repeating it, because the question used to come as a shock. Once you see this kind of thing, most students will start solving the quadratic equation. In this question, if you try to solve this quadratic equation now, you will solve tire. You will solve and solve and solve and solve. It cannot converge for you to get two solutions and now add. So it's always a trick. Whenever they set this, they will bring a quadratic equation that will be difficult for you to factorize, or even when you want to use the almighty formula, it will be so complex that you will definitely stop along the road, because what they actually want you to do is to remember sum and product of roots. That's what we use to solve this. I'm repeating this: sum and product of roots. So once you see this, I see R and S are the solutions. That's R and S are the roots of the equation. So they say you should find R plus S. That is the sum of the roots. So how do you go about this? If we have 3x squared plus 10x, then minus 8 is equal to 0. Now, what do? We make sure that we have x squared standing alone. Divide both sides by 3, so that you have x squared. You have x squared plus 10 over 3x, then minus 8 over 3 is equal to 0 over 3 will still give us 0. So you now have this. So the next thing you do is now remember the general expression for sum and product of roots. The general expression says that if alpha and beta are the roots of an equation, then we can say that x squared minus then alpha plus beta x, then plus alpha beta. What else? Plus alpha beta should be equal to 0. So that's how it goes. So now from here, if you compare this and the expression, you notice that this alpha plus beta now is 10 over 3. Of course, you know that here is minus alpha plus beta. Here is plus 10 over 3. So this alpha plus beta should be equal to 10 over 3. Or let me say minus alpha plus beta is 10 over 3. Then alpha plus beta is equal to 10 over 3. Period. So that's how that goes. So you need to understand this. Then you look at this again. If you come here now, this graph, whenever you have a graph, the solution to any graph now is where the graph cuts the x-axis. Look at the x-axis there. The point where this graph cuts the x-axis gives you the solution. Now, the question says that you should find the solution for f of x equal to 2. So you are not considering this x-axis now. You are looking for a line where y is equal to 2. That's f of x equal to 2. So you just produce that line. We are at the point where this curve cut this line, you just draw, you just locate the points. How many of such points? 1, 2, 3. So, and that gives you the number of solutions you are going to have for that expression, for that graph. So the correct answer here now is 3. You have 3 solutions for that system. So that's how you go about it. So anywhere you have a system of equations or a system of expression, you are looking at the points of intersection. If the function is equal to 0, that means that they are working with the x-axis, the horizontal line, that's the x-axis. If the function is equal to something, look at where it cuts the y-axis. If it is -2, just draw the line, -2, then pick the point where the system, where the graph cuts the y-axis, and that gives you the solution. So that's how you go about these simple things. So when